Bull by the Horns was a song that Seb had musically, it was pretty much done.
The music for Bull by the Horns came out of pure frustration because at one point I went to work and I was just heavily stressed out and I was just losing it. But eventually I calmed down and then I went back home and picked up a guitar and told myself to just let it out. And then I played these riffs. I'm like, hey, hold on a second, I think I got something going here. So then I hit record, play the riffs again, and now I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna send it to Jer. And then I sent it to him and he's like, oh, I found a set of lyrics for it. I'm like, oh, okay, that was my first demo I sent you and you already got a set of lyrics for it. That's cool.
That was another challenging song. Took a while to get those riffs together. But again, once it was all figured out, it came up very quickly, a lot faster than I thought it would.
Again, it's one of those things like bite the bullet. It's, take the bull by the horns. Just do it. Skywalk. So Skywalk was one of the early songs that Reno came out with.
Skywalk was one of those songs that were the result of a jam session where Reno would play a riff and then I would play a beat on top and then everybody joins in.
First time we got together to play the song, he was mostly there in Piricon with some little arrangements from the bridge.
For that sentiment that starts the song musically, I had to find the right lyric for it. So I found this one called Skywalk, and it wasn't quite fleshed out, I think, when I started it, and I adapted it more for the feel of the song. And essentially it's one of those uplifting songs. It does have the sentiments of, you don't want Brett, you want to, bite the bullet, you want to take the bull by the horns. It's just an uplifting track, and just rise above the occasion as best you can, because sometimes the occasion that you're in or the moment you're in is not the best scenario that you would like or hope for. But have faith in yourself and carry it out and move through it, and that's sometimes what has to happen. So walk that sky. So Hangover in Hanover was an idea for a song I had years ago, but I never really, I was still missing something to flesh out that idea. So I actually I wrote that with Seb to complete the song, and we did quite a bit of time to sort of arrange that one, but I think it worked out well.
I wrote the main riff for Hangover in Hanover shortly before this session where it was just Jer and I. So I show him the riff and then he plays it wrong, but for some reason it sounded a lot better, so I ended up playing the riff his way, and then we ended up trading riffs, and that's how we came up with the music for the song.
We had a tricky time putting the breakdown in the middle, getting the harmonies and whatnot, but it is there, it makes a lot of sense, it's a lot of fun.
When it was time to write some lyrics, I gave it a shot, but I only wrote a chorus, and it was called Screaming Machine. And then, I couldn't come up with any verses, I couldn't come up with a bridge or anything, so I was like, Jer, let's just go with your set of lyrics, because I can't do it.
The lyrics, the story behind that is, at the time I was writing the lyrics, I'd started to write the song, I had been influenced by Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy in particular, because I got into them a few years ago, and I think it was just an amazing thing that a person of color coming from Ireland and becoming basically the biggest rock act next to U2 anyways, coming out of that country, was significant. And he has an interesting story, even though it ended unfortunately sad. I think Thin Lizzy's contribution to rock and roll was underrated, and so listening to their music, and I got this vibe, and that vibe turned into this song, and it's kind of like a tip of the hat or a tribute to Thin Lizzy. And just picturing them being on tour in the 70s in Europe, like that's kind of where the Hanover part comes in.